guys are slow, bro. How's it going, Dave?
You're quick. How you doing?
So I just quickly wanted to recognize, I love this, by the way. You have a very unconventional household, and wokeism has brought you that household, right? To live with your husband, to have your 2 children, or conceived through surrogacy, and I appreciate that.
Wokeism didn't bring that. Equal rights.
So
brought
wokeism
that,
is, as I define it, as I view it personally, is looking to expand on already existing civil liberties, right? To ensure that, to ensure America practices what it preaches: equal protections, inclusion of everybody, democracy, etc.
Someone in this room just asked Dave Rubin directly, are you okay with the president calling for the death of 6 sitting members of Congress? His answer will tell you everything you need to know about where MAGA loyalty ends and principle begins. Let's get into it.
So it's not a policy prescription, it's a social prescription. Donald Trump is president. He's the head of the executive branch. He has a trifecta, a judiciary that's on his side. Donald Trump's violent. Donald Trump's destroying the pillars of America: democracy, negative rights, the rule of law, our Constitution. The list goes on and on. So I'm just curious to see, what institutional damage has wokeism done? And
sure,
if you want to engage with Trump being violent, that'd be nice.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I just don't agree with anything you said there, period. First off, wokeism isn't what led to, say, gay marriage. What led to gay marriage is a fight for equality under the law. If you believe that heterosexual marriage, that an adult should be able to engage in any sort of contract with another adult, then that has to be equal. That's what equal protection, which you just mentioned, is, and that's actually what the decision was based on.
Yes.
So that was not wokeism, that was the promise of America, which is the promise of individual rights and equal opportunity. As for a few of the other things that you said there, again, if we could do you want to do the Iran thing again.
No, I said Donald Trump is violent.
Yeah, so Donald Trump is violent in what sense?
So I also want to mention the reason why you left the left, correct me if I'm wrong, is because you believe progressives were turning to authoritarianism. Am I correct there?
I mean,
that was your pre-review video. You said it, you can't deny it.
Settle down, Chip. There was a panoply of reasons that I did.
But that's one of them, correct?
Yeah.
Do you think it's authoritarian for the president of the United States to call for the death of 6 active members of the legislature for making a video that is totally fine and legal?
It's interesting. Oh, well, first off, you're talking about the video where they basically,
Mark
Kelly and several of these guys were basically saying, if you're in the military, you can go against, Trump and all those things. Well, first off, there are some legal actual reasons that perhaps you should not, as a former member of the military, be telling.
The punishment for making videos is death. I forgot. Sorry.
I'm sorry. Did anyone?
Hang him. George Washington Wood.
Did anyone get put to death?
Did anyone get put to death? That is Rubin's actual defense of a sitting president calling for the execution of opposition legislators. No, not that language is dangerous and unacceptable. Not a president should never say that, regardless of context. His defense is nobody actually died, so it does not count. This is the same Dave Rubin who actually spent years arguing that words have consequences, and the left rhetoric was pushing America towards authoritarianism. The standard has completely disappeared the moment it applies to his own political leader. This is the only first 3 minutes of this debate. Get more heated from here.
Does it matter? The president of the United States is actively calling for the death of members of the legislature.
Is anyone in trouble? Is anyone in trouble because of that? You're missing the difference.
No, you're saying Donald Trump.
Okay,
hold on.
Hang on.
Let's just understand the prompt here. You said wokeism has done more damage than Donald Trump ever did.
So explain
Can you tell
the
me
damage.
a single time wokeism is doing something remotely similar?
So remotely similar as Donald Trump
damage?
being slightly sarcastic.
I can give you damage.
Let me explain something.
I'll give you the damage. Hold on.
Listen, let me explain something to you. Donald Trump, all you need to know about, for any one of you guys that think that Donald Trump's coming for you because you're gay or you're trans or something like that, or you're black or anything else, might I recommend you just read Art of the Deal, which Donald Trump wrote about.
Read Art of the Deal. That is the answer to a question about executive orders, rewriting the Constitution, to a question about deporting legal residents with no cause, to a question about a president calling for the death of his senators, a 40-year-old book about real estate deals and Manhattan negotiating tactics. Folks, this is not classic liberalism. This is not a rigorous defense of individual rights. This is a man running out of intellectual runway and reaching for the most comfortable landing strip available, and the room sees it completely. This free exchange coming up next is where things even get more specific. and even harder for Dave Rubin to navigate.
I read it.
40
It's
years
terrible.
ago.
It's terrible. He's just
Hold
discussing
on.
his activities
okay, but
throughout
you
the
can,
week.
You can dismiss it. You can
Yeah.
dismiss it. But Donald Trump gave you his playbook 40 plus years ago. 40 plus years ago, he gave you the playbook on how he negotiates. He leads with
So
crazy
this is irrelevant to what I'm
things.
currently talking about, right?
No, it's completely.
No, you asked me about damage. I can give you
it's
examples, but you don't want them
no,
because you know you're going to get fried.
No.
No, that
It's
is the
com-
truth.
It's completely
Donald Trump
irrelevant.
tried to rewrite the
It's-
Constitution via executive order with
Yeah.
Executive Order 14160. And it was
Excuse
followed
me.
up by 141601, where they used this to target individuals for pro-Palestinian speech like Mahmoud Khalil. And this
Hold
was
on.
already ruled upon, by the way.
Mahmoud- all right.
I'm sure you know about this, correct?
Yeah. Okay, first
But he
off,
tried to
there is
rewrite
a-
the Constitution via
there
executive
is a-
order. Can the
all right.
president do that?
There is a difference.
Can the president do that?
Hold on. There is a
We gotta
difference
let him
between
talk.
exercising free speech.
not answering.
There's a difference between exercising free speech and closing down a campus and not letting students get. You're an interesting character.
Yeah.
No, you seem nice. There's a difference between exercising free speech, which I will always defend your free speech, no matter how noxious it is.
The president
and
doesn't.
closing down
defending the
campuses.
president.
No, they
Yes.
weren't. No, Mahmoud
Yes.
Khalil and all of these masked
He was
Hamas
almost deported with
jihadis-
no cause, and it's
Okay,
literally in the
not-
documents
first
of the
off-
case.
Well, first off, Marco
Yeah.
Rubio has illustrated the point many, many
Not
times.
true.
If you're here on a green card or a student visa
They
or
cannot
anything
revoke
else,
it with no.
This is where Dave Rubin free speech position gets seriously tested. Says he will defend speech, no matter how offensive, but then immediately supports government action against non-citizens by associating protesters with Hamas. A green card does not give someone immunity from immigration law, but political disagreement cannot automatically become legal cause for removal. Dave demands precision when Trump is accused, and then uses sweeping labels when defending the administration. This is a blatant double standard.
you
Cause.
don't have the exact same protections that you don't.
Congress
I mean,
shall make no
yeah.
law. What?
No.
What?
Yeah,
What's-
for people that are citizens of the United
What's the
States of
precedent for
America.
that? What's the precedent for
piece
that?
of-
What's the precedent for that? Nothing.
Wait a minute.
Nothing. So
What-
Donald Trump tried to sign an executive order rewriting the Birthright Citizenship Clause of the 14th Amendment. Where did he get this power?
Let me ask you something. Do you
Is
think,
it
let me ask you
authoritarian
something. Let me
to
ask you
act on
something.
a self-granted
Let me ask you something.
authority?
Hold on,
Is it?
hold on.
Is it? Can
hold
you
on.
answer my question?
Hold on.
You're not going to.
Is
Yeah, I
this
got
guy
it.
gonna let me chat here for a sec?
I'll let
Listen.
Dave talk.
Let me ask you something. Let's try it this way. So let's say you and your girlfriend went on vacation. Bora. You show up to the most beautiful place on earth, and she's 7 months pregnant, and she then gives birth in Bora. You think your child should be a citizen of French Polynesia, Bora?
The
And you
United
think
States
that
affirms that
makes
just
sense?
solely principle, and I'm sorry,
Yeah.
the president cannot defy it because
Yeah.
he doesn't
No,
like
the
it.
president,
That's how our
the
country
president-
works.
No,
and
you
that
can
is an
fight
example
it.
of damage to
you
America.
can fight it in the courts. You can fight it in the courts.
He doesn't
right?
like the courts. He
Yeah.
ignores them. Prior to the Alien Enemies Act removals, Emile Beauvais.
Okay, we're out of time. We got to stop there.
Okay, got you.
My next surrounded claim is if you still vote for Democrats in 2026, you're voting for broken cities, broken schools, and broken borders.
If you would like to debate this claim, get to the chair in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, how are you, Santana?
So, can you explain a little bit about what you mean broken cities, broken schools, broken borders?
Sure. Well, broken cities, you can boil it down to crime and drug use. And I can tell you, having been in here in Los Angeles for the last 36 hours, I have seen more homeless people, more drug use, more urban decay than I have seen in the last 5 years combined
What state do you
living
currently
in
live in?
Florida.
Florida?
Yeah.
Got it.
In terms of schools, it's basically brainwashing kids and teaching them what to think instead of teaching them how to think. And then what was the third one in terms of, borders is the easiest one. I mean, under the Biden administration, we let in somewhere, we don't even know what the actual number is, but somewhere between 16 to 20 million illegals. If Donald Trump did quite literally nothing else in his presidency, just getting control of the border, I would say would be good enough, because you don't have a country if you don't know who is in it.
You don't have a country if you don't know who is in it. That is actually Rubin's strongest line of this entire debate. And it lands because it is simple, direct, and emotionally true for a huge portion of the American electorate, regardless of party. But here is what Rubin does not address. Knowing who is in your country and treating those people with constitutional dignity are not mutually exclusive. You can have border security and due process. You can know who is in your country and not deport legal residents for their speech. Rubin frames it as a binary control, or chaos. The reality is that it was never that simple.
Okay, all three of your claims are wrong. Pick which one you want to be proved wrong on.
Let's do borders.
Perfect.
Okay.
Donald Trump is absolutely the worst president on the border. First and foremost, you can talk about the Lankford bill, which was a piece of legislation which would have strengthened our borders, but Donald Trump had that legislation shot down. He also said,
Wait. So were the borders open under Obama?
No.
Or under Biden?
No.
Let's try that. The borders were not open.
What piece of
so we did
legislation
not,
did he pass to open the borders?
No, it's not about a piece of legislation. It's about quite
So
literally
how do you open the borders without legislation?
You just let people through, which is
So
exactly what we're doing.
There was no one standing at the borders. Everybody just come right in.
In many cases, yes, actually.
Okay.
In many cases, they were quite literally moving barbed wire fence.
Where did you
Our
get this
guys
information?
There are videos of it. Have you ever seen the video of
Yeah,
Bobby?
did you fact check
have you
the
ever
videos?
Have you ever seen the video of Bobby Kennedy when he was running as a Democrat, standing at the border? He was still a Democrat.
Wait,
and
you're
he
talking
could
about the
not
same
believe-
one that sniffed coke off a toilet seat and admitted it recently.
Wait, no.
The same one that actually took a dead bear and dropped it in Central Park. The same one that actually chopped the head off a whale. You're citing RFK Jr.?
Yes, I am citing RFK Jr.
No, I don't hear that.
Who's running HHS right now?
Which he shouldn't be, but that's
Okay,
fine.
yeah.
Listen, when you talk
Hold
about
on. How many people do you think came in under Biden? Let's see if we're even operating on the same plane.
the acceptable
Remotely.
number is about 10 million.
Okay, all right, fair enough. So I'll grant you that. They say it could be anywhere. I've heard 16 to 20 million, but let's say it's 10. Do you think that's good or fair or just or how a country can operate?
I think that when you create instability throughout the world and then you also tell people that your country's open, then you create an actual quote-unquote border crisis. Think about this real quick.
What instability
Really
was
quick.
Joe Biden causing?
What was Barack Obama's nickname?
Barry?
Deporter in chief. Barack Obama had a negative immigration rate. That means that he deported more people than he let into the country.
So you're for deportation.
So we can say that there wasn't a border crisis under Obama, right?
The border crisis was significantly worse under Biden.
But under Obama, was there a crisis?
Barack Obama did.
Yes or no?
Barack Obama.
Yes or no?
Barack Obama did deport. I think more people than
Perfect.
Donald Trump.
So,
yeah.
but then
I wish
you're saying,
Donald Trump was deporting more people.
Sure,
yeah.
I agree. So you're saying there was a crisis under Biden?
Yes.
Okay,
of course.
but no crisis under Obama.
No, I didn't say that. He was deporting.
Yes or no? Yes
he
or
was
no?
Wait, hold on. Let's do Biden.
He had a negative deportation rate.
Let's do Biden and Trump.
No,
Biden
no,
and
I
Trump.
just
Let's
need
do
you
the
to answer
last
question.
two
Hold on,
administrations.
just answer the question. Yes or no?
I am for anyone that will close
That's fine.
borders
I'll just
and
say,
deport
I'll say
people.
no. I'll say no. That's
Okay,
fine.
okay.
So if there wasn't a crisis under Obama and there was a crisis under Biden, what happened in between those two administrations? Was there something that happened?
Wait, are you blaming Donald Trump for Joe Biden's border?
No, what I'm blaming Donald Trump for is when he's actually campaigning for president and he's going around and to any news organization that will let him speak and telling everyone that the border's open, they're wide open, come on in, come on in. And he actually created something that wasn't there. So wait,
you're blaming people coming to this country illegally. You're blaming Donald Trump. Donald Trump, who really only appeared because of borders, right? Build a wall.
There wasn't a border issue.
That's what he
There wasn't a
appeared.
border issue when he said that, right? But then when there
Well,
was
we've always
instability,
no.
when there
We've always
was
had
instability,
we've always had a completely porous border. That
we
is
had
that
a
is very
negative
obvious.
deportation rate under Obama.
Hold
He
on.
created the actual desire for people to come here because he told the lie that the borders was open.
Wait a minute, but
And
why?
so
but
when
if
he did
America,
that,
if America's
then
a
people started to come here.
racist, evil, capitalist country, why would these people want to come here?
Because it's still better than the country that they're in. Because the United
so
States of
America's
America
is pretty
keeps
good.
destabilizing other countries. CIA,
yeah.
our CIA keeps destabilizing other countries
who
and
did
overthrowing other countries.
So who did
We're
Barack,
doing that
wait,
right now.
Wait. So who did Barack Obama destabilize that then Donald Trump allowed into the country?
The point being is our country has a history of destabilization. That doesn't
Come on.
matter if it's left
Hold
or
on.
right.
So who did
We have a
Barack?
history
Well,
of that.
I'm just
But
playing
answer the
your
question.
game here. So
if,
I'm just
if
playing
Donald
your game,
Trump
man.
created the need for people to come here, and there was no crisis, then Donald Trump not only created it, but he didn't handle it.
And this is where the border challenger throws away his advantage. Trump may have exaggerated the crisis, used immigration fear politically, and undermined a bipartisan bill, but claiming his campaign rhetoric, creating migration itself, is far too simplistic. People migrate because of violence, poverty, political instability, family connections, and economic opportunity. Trump did not invent those forces by saying the border was open. The challenger had a solid policy criticism and replaced it with an argument Dave could easily destroy. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section below. That is all for now, everyone. If you have enjoyed this breakdown, give it a like, subscribe. It really helps the channel. Also, don't forget to like, hype up the video, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone.
I'm sorry, man. Nothing you're saying is making sense here.
What was Donald Trump
Okay, we got
deportation
to
rate
pause
before
there.
COVID?
You've been voted out.
What country did Barack Obama destabilize that caused people to come here under Donald Trump?
I guess you'll never know.
You've been voted out.
Okay.